Hey, welcome back everyone. In today's video, we've got this Craftsman DLS 3500 garden tractor. Now this tractor was built in 2007 and 2008. This was built for 2 years. This one is the 2008 model. We got a few jobs that we need to do on this garden tractor. In this video, we're going to cover how to change the ground drive belt in it that goes from the engine back to the rear axle in it. Now this tractor here has the single cylinder 20 horse Briggs & Stratton in it. So before we get started on changing this ground drive belt, the first thing we got to do is remove the mower deck. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The mower decks are really easy to remove on these garden tractors. So what you're going to want to do to remove this is just take your lift lever and drop it all the way down. Now, since we're right here, we need to pull the pins. We're going to take and pull this rod up here in the front that goes to the front on the mower deck. And we're also going to pull this one back here on the back of the mower deck. And as well, we got your PTO cable that comes down and hooks on this idler bracket back here, as you can see. And we also have this pin right here we got to pull for the other side of the mower deck. Now I'm going to take and pull this pin off right here. Get yourself a good set of needle nose pliers. Just like that. And I'll take and set the pin and washer on top of the step pad so that don't get lost. And that comes loose like that. Also, you got this pin right here that's on your trailing arms on this mower deck. We got to pull this out. Like that. That bar just drops like so. And being this pin is on this side, since we're right here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. Just like that. Now we'll go to the other side. Again, pull this pin. Lift that rod down. And this pin. That one drops. Now we got to get the belt off the engine pulley. This pulls off there just like this. That's free. Now what I got to do is I got to pull this deck out the side so we can get this PTO cable loose from the deck. Now usually there's a clip that goes through that cable end on this bracket that holds that in there, but see, this one right here is gone, so we'll just take and pull that right out. Like that. This spring, we just gotta work it out of that hole for that idler pulley like that. And we can just take and lay your spring up here on the top so it's out of the way. Now I'm just gonna take and push the deck out the other side to pull it. Now hopefully I've ate my Wheaties and I can lift this thing down off this table here. Nah, these decks aren't that heavy. All right, now we are going to go through and we're going to service this deck on this. We're going to replace the blades on this, the belt on this, and just check the spindles and make sure everything's good on this before we put it back on the garden tractor again. We will do that in another video though. All right, see, that's not a bad job at all. Pulling the deck off one of these. Now next thing we'll do is I'm going to lower this thing down and we're going to get this over on the cherry picker and get this thing picked up so we can get under it to change the ground drive belt on it. Now I know not everybody has what I got to do this. I got a regular crane to lift the front of this tractor up and able to get underneath to do the belts pretty easy. But if you got something like this home, it's a good idea to pull the battery out. If you're on that kind of an angle with a garden tractor, yeah, it's just it's not a smart idea to leave them in there if you do that. All right, now something else that's a good idea too, if you're gonna stand these things up on end is it's a good idea to take the hood off these. And on these Craftsman tractors, they're really easy to do. You just take and unplug your wire harness and they come off just like so. Tell you what, these chain falls on a gambrel crane like this work great for doing these belt jobs. I actually built this crane. This is one of the best ideas I had for building a good shop tool. I'll make a note. This is this chain fall I got. I actually just got this on Amazon. This has been a really good chain fall. This is a, I believe this is a, this is a 1-ton chain fall, and this does good for whatever I need to do for doing this kind of stuff. I'll put a link in my description if you're looking for a decent chain fall for the money. Yeah, definitely this one. She's up. Well, I'll come get you guys and show you what she looks like under here. Well, we got our drive belt here. As you can see, it goes up there around the engine pulley and comes on down here through your idler. And if you notice right here, this belt is right off this idler pulley right here, and the customer complained on this. He said it was having trouble climbing hills, and that would be why right there, because that's taking a lot of tension off that belt when you're driving this thing. And you got these two pulleys up here. You got a flat pulley and a V pulley, and it all goes down. That belt runs down there to that hydrostatic transmission. Now the first thing we're going to want to do before we take this belt out, we're going to come over here and depress the brake pedal on it to take some of the tension off this belt, just to make it easier to remove the belt from the pulleys. So I'll quick go over and do that. All right, now when I do this, what I like to do is I simply like to start by taking the belt off your pulleys just to get some slack. That way I can get it off the rear axle back there. And then I'll come up here to the engine and pop the belt off that pulley. I'm just trying to give myself more slack. Ouch. So I can work that belt loose. See, this is the main thing. You got this fan on the hydrostatic transmission down here. You want to be careful not to break those fins when you do this. That's not a good thing if you do that. Now I'm going to come up and take a 16mm and remove the bolt from the crank pulley here on the engine. And I'm going to drop that pulley down. Just for simplicity of changing the belt. And now I can pull this belt through steering selector and work this belt out around that rear axle like so, carefully. And there we are, our belt's out. Now I'm right here, I'm just going to go through and take a look at our pulleys on this. And I see why right now. And I see why that belt was off that idler pulley. The top of this idler pulley is really grooved on it, as opposed to this one. This one's beautiful, but this pulley here shot on it, so we're going to replace this pulley. And yeah, that bearing's even out of it as well. So that's why that belt was off of it. So we got our new V idler right here. If you want to know the technical name, that's what they call it. So I'm going to put that on. And as well, I've decided this one V pulley, there is a little bit of wear starting on the top of it. So being we're right here doing this, I'm going to replace this one as well. I also got a pulley for this. Now, I also use Stens belts. This is a Stens belt for this. I am going to take and put a link in my description for all the parts that I used on this for repairing this drive belt and the pulleys. if you'd like to check that out. First order of business is we got to get our V pulley back on. Seeing something else too is where your guard goes, there is a place that this has to go with a hole here in your chassis that this other end of that guard goes in. So we'll take and slide our V pulley on. Just like so. There. That pulley's on, and you notice there's no rock at all on it. Now I'm going to go ahead and change this other pulley. This is actually a kit that I'm getting with these pulleys, if you want to know. Makes it handy for doing this job, so we'll pop this guy off. This is actually the genuine Husqvarna kit that I'm using for this. I will actually put a link in my description to give you two choices if you want to use the Husqvarna kit or if you want to use the aftermarket kit. I don't know about y'all, but I like choices. Now, another note too, this kit also comes with your flat pulley too, so at this point it's kind of a stupid idea if we're replacing these two, why we don't replace this flat one too. That way it's got all new pulleys on it. So that's what we're going to do. I'll make a mental note too. It's going to be easier if you unhook this spring down here. Your clutching idler. Just like that. Now the worst part, got to take and put our spring back in, and yeah, that's kind of a chore alone on this guy. There we go. Tell you what, spring goes on a lot easier than it comes off. Okay, now we got all these pulleys put on, so now we're going to go ahead and slip our new belt on. Now when I put the belt on, I always go around the rear axle first on this. Again, be careful your fan blade fins. You don't want to break any of those doing this. Come on, light, help me out here. There we go. Just like that. And while you're at it, it's good to take and slide your belt up between the steering sector and get it through this area, since they'll have to come up around the crank. All right, now I got that. Take and tuck this belt in there. All right, now I'm going to take and put my pulley on. Now, whenever I pull a crank pulley off an engine, what I like to do is I'll take and just put a low strength thread locker. I'll use 222 and just put a little dab on the bolt, because you know something, it kind of sucks when you're mowing the lawn and all of a sudden your crank pulley drops out of the bottom of the tractor and you sit. I've had that happen before. I can tell you what, it makes a nice noise. I'll get this pulley wrapped around there. And we just got a spinner pulley so it finds the groove for the crankshaft. There we are. You've got a guard that goes around there too that can be kind of a nuisance when you're trying to... There we go. Just like that. This up. All right, now we do that. Now we just got to take and wrap our belt around our clutching idler. There we go, just like so. All right. Give her a spin, make sure everything feels good. All right, our belt is on. All right, now that the belt is on, I'm going to take and let this all down, and I'll put the battery back in it, and we'll take it out for a test drive and see how she acts. Something else you don't want to forget to do is forget to take and release your brake. All right, now I'm gonna go quick and pop the battery back in, and we'll take this outside and we'll take it for a test drive. All right, well, we're gonna road test this guy now. I want to bring to your attention is when we took and we changed those pulleys on that clutching idler down there, and when I took that spring out, I gotta mind you, there's a rod that comes from this brake pedal that connects also inside that clutching idler. If that rod pops out, this brake pedal will have no resistance at all, and you will not have proper tension on this drive belt, so make sure that rod is inside there. I forgot to say something about that when we were changing those pulleys on that idler. Well, let's see how this thing runs down the road here. That's another way when you know this is working properly. When you put it in gear and you step on the brake, it should stop you. Well, that was a success doing this drive belt change on this Craftsman DLS 3500. Yeah, if you're all enjoying this kind of content, you know, with all the other stuff we're doing, we're trying to break it off and show more of the repairs that we do that we don't always show behind the scenes. Yeah, please leave a like or maybe consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're from, and we'll come back to, we got the mower deck that goes on this in the next video for this Craftsman tractor. We're going to be going through that and just doing some basic maintenance on it, changing the belt, checking the spindles and the pulleys on it, and putting new blades on it. So until next time, I'm Shawn Parmley, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care, everyone.